Our project is called the 710 Sphere. My name is Kiran. Okay, so a little bit about introduction. So our story is, we thought about how Purdue running backs ran through, especially one that were in the Ohio State game, ran through all the defensive line. So we kind of thought about how we can have like a ball running through all of that.
Our target market is people aged from 7 to 18 who want to become a Boilermaker, apparently.
Something that the good thing about our project, we think, is that our shooting mechanism is something like a cannon style. So we'll show you later on. And also, we wanted to have like an upwards resetting mechanism to have like a feel of like actual bowling. So the pins go all the way through.
Our play value is, since we have a cannon that's shooting through and you have to like aim to the pins, it's just like normal bowling. It's like hand-eye coordination, especially for younger people. It's good for children who can't play bowling yet, since the balls itself are like really heavy and children who have like small fingers can get them stuck between balls. So we made it into a cannon, and our balls are this big, so it's pretty safe for children to play. Our key features are, we have the base here, this, and the top here. The base has gutters and grooves for pins to sit. Our gutters are declining really slowly in the CAD. By declining, I mean the diameter is going like bigger from here to here, so we can return the ball without any incline to the base. We have to use a CNC machine to do that, but it's pretty smooth, so the balls are coming back really easily.
And the other key feature at the top, we drilled holes on the top for the strings attached to the top of the pins, so that we can pull them. And also, we placed the gear and the servo system on top of it. We'll explain the mechanisms later on.
So here's the demonstration. We have a shooting mechanism and a resetting mechanism. The shooting mechanism itself is a tube. You can't see it here, but there's a spring inside. The tube can rotate like this, so you can aim. The spring inside is set by this nail. There's an arming and a firing mechanism, so you can pull it back, set it, aim it, arm it, then fire it for precision. It shoots the ball pretty fast, so we have to change the spring to a lighter one. And the resetting mechanism, go here.
So for the resetting mechanism, we initially had two gears, so that one large and one small, so that we could have we could pull the strings more. But there was a problem with the torque of the servo that we couldn't get enough of what we wanted. So what we did eventually was that we placed the gear on the back. You can see that there's a servo attached here, and the servo moves like this, and it increases the height of the pins so that we want the way we want to reset it. And after the servo returns into original position, the pins go back to where they are actually. We drilled some holes to make it lighter.
But that kind of eliminated the wood itself, so we're gonna redesign that and redo it. Works now, but looks bad-ish. So for the base plate itself, as I mentioned, we used a gantry sheet router. What we did is we made the gutters with an end mill. We cleaned the bulk of it, then we used a ball mill to go through the gutters again and make them like really smooth. The ball, when we shoot it, it hits the back and comes back really fast. It looks pretty nice.
we did the top, the sides, and the back pieces with the laser cutter. Our initial design was that the width of these parts were 1 inch, but because laser cutter was not available to cut through it, we decreased it to 1/2 inch. We had a similar problem, so we decreased it to 1/4 inch, and we did 2 of each part and then glued them together. And also we have like the back part is, there's a pretty written sign over there.
So here's the demonstration videos. This is the resetting mechanism. So the servo brings the pins back right in place, just like an actual bowling alley. And here is the cannon.
This one we can actually show. We can show how the camera works. So what you do is you pull these back, hold it in place. Well, place it here. Fire it like that, and the ball comes back. You can actually fire 2 balls. Our actual design was that we could only fire once, but we changed the code so that the pins stayed where they are, so that we can fire 2 balls, and we could give the player a chance to have a spare or a second shot.
This is another demonstration of the resetting mechanism. When the pins are like this, it pulls it up. It pulls the pins up here, then waits for a couple of seconds for the pins to stop oscillating and puts them back down slowly. We generally have like 90% effectiveness with that. So 1 pin sometimes pulls down. So our current problems and future plans are the rope we used. It's actually twine we use with the pins. It becomes filamented after some usage, because I think it's made out of hemp or something. So it gets stuck in the holes on the top sometimes. So to go around that, we might use some nylon rope or something like that, which would probably solve it, or we could lubricate the insides of the holes, which would also probably solve it. It works better than we expected. Also, the servo was of low quality, so it would get stuck sometimes. We used a better one. It's 3 times more powerful than the blue servos we have, but still, it's not the best servo. I think with usage, it gets worse and worse. So we might use a continuous rotation servo or just a step motor or something of higher quality instead of that. And for future plans, we're planning on putting photoresistors under the bowling pins where the bowling pins sit. Those are going to shut down, and we'll be able to figure out a score based on if the grooves under the pins see light. That's going to be a 0. That means the pin's sitting there. If it's a 1, the pin will be knocked down and the light would be going through there. We might have an LCD screen and a scoring algorithm to show maybe like a strike, or if you get all of them, or something like that. We might add sound or music to make it more fun. And we're definitely going to paint the pins as IU plays.
And also, our initial design was that we weren't going to have anything on top of it, but since that we're thinking of covering this place, we'll probably need to use the laser cutter and just cover it up so that it looks nicer.
Any questions?